Well, greetings and salutations. I saw this first 6 minutes of uh, Ranty decided he was going to rebut what I said last night about his borrowing furnace pictures with the strangely never discussed turbines in the back here. I'd just like to point out a couple of things. Um, it's it's really not that difficult to understand. First of all, Ranty tried to say that I was saying that you should be able to see this building here, this red brick building, uh, from his point of observation. No, never said that. I was remarking about the height. That much of area is not being seen, okay? Because in this picture, that comes up right about to where this building is here is, okay? Because that's this building right here. So what he's missing is all this stuff down here. Now, after his terrible mathematics of saying that the berm out by well, it's on more. I'm probably going to butcher this name. Morecambe Bay. Uh, the berm that's down on the south side there, which I will show here. Um, he's saying that this berm anywhere. Just watch the numbers down there in the corner. Nowhere is that like 40 feet high, and then somehow he tried to calculate that into 60 feet and all this. Um, Number one, the image that's being discussed was not taken uh, at the 1 foot level that he said it was. He knows that. This was not taken from 1 foot above the water. Now, if he recanted that, then I'll retract that. But he that was not taken from 1 foot above the water. Second thing, Barwon Furnace, just like pretty much all of England, the whole island, uh, is known for their extremely expansive tide draws, where the tide goes out and a whole lot of land is exposed. Um, the actual berm here is barely seen at the top, and there is a little bit of hilled area on this one side, but just right here, okay, the bermed area is seen right here at the top. Okay, all of this here is low tide, meaning that this is all just open shore. Now, if you would like to see a an example of that, oh geez, did I close it? I thought I left that open. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Um, Borrowing furnace. There are large, expansive areas. There was one really extremely large, expansive, kind of wastelands that are left behind by tides going out. This is actually in that boatyard area. As a matter of fact, this is as well. Okay, the tides go out pretty far, which brings a couple of different things into play there. Now, so this right here, this is all that tidal area. Okay, which tells me that this photo was actually taken at low tide, which changes a couple of things about the view anyway. But I'm more concerned about these turbines. Those turbines are actually located out in, oh, oops. Well, I didn't mean to do that, did I? Where's it at? I got so many things open right now. Okay, those turbines. This is where the boatyard is. Those turbines are out here by an area called Haverig. Okay, next to a prison. This is called Farms. Total number of 5 turbines. 120.5 meters to the tip of the blade. Okay, to the top tip of the blade. Now you have 120.5 meters on top of about 39 to 40 feet of land above sea level. See where I'm going with this? Now, of course, when you triangulate this, there's obviously that berm is going to take up to model it out, which of course Sly did. and Ranty decided he was going to try and take a little pot shot in the first 6 minutes of those things, saying that we don't research this stuff. Number one, Ranty, this right here, okay, purple is going to be for plane, P for plane, okay? Pretty simple. This is the same method, and this should also tell you something. If I can produce the same information with the same method over and over and over again, you're pretty much going to understand what's happening, and that it is actually a repeatable method. Okay, now what I did was, for those who haven't seen me do one of these, is I extended out a surface area here, which is going to be basically the Earth at sea level. And that surface area on the purple one is a plane, and on the blue one is the ball. Now, on the purple one here, it is the foot equivalent of 55.66 kilometers, or a half a degree of curvature. Okay, and then but this one, the purple one, that is left flat as a plane, whereas the blue one is bent by 0.5 degrees. Now, basically, what I did was, the only two things that I measured here were the area where the turbine was. Okay, this is the turbine. This is the one on that particular map. This is the one also on that map, on this one right here. Okay, that's the turbine. Turbine is mapped out. You will see a purple stick here, or actually, I'll probably bring it in. The purple stick is the foot equivalent of the 120.5 meters. Okay, because it says from the tip of the blade to the bottom of the base. Now, if you look at where do I got it? If you go into Google Street View, you can get all the way up to the edge of the wind farm. And if you measure this out, you can break it up into thirds. One third of it is uncovered post. One third of it is inside the radius of the blades, and then the last third is the blades above the hub. You break it into thirds, it's pretty easy, which is what I did here. You can actually see the 1/3 marks that I have on there. And then basically just put them out to distance. Okay, the distance to the berm, or the distances that I used, I got from Google Earth. The green line berm, or the center area, the center of the berm. I didn't want to do the front or the back. I just did the center. That's a good spot to put it. Lined up perfectly with how the camera was lined up, where this building right here lined up with the turbines. There's two turbines out towards the water, which you'll see here in a second. That's where this line is going. This line is going to the base of those turbines, because the satellite picture that they used, from the view of from Ranty's view, you would see two of them basically right next to each other, if not on the way to being on top of each other. But I got those measurements. Those to the berms is 125,710 feet. Okay, to the berm, which is what I mapped out here as the distances. Okay, there's the turbine. The other turbine is directly below it on the other map. And then where is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong map. And there's the other one. That's the height of the berm. Okay, his 40 feet. Okay, now you'll see it a little bit over on here is because a little bit over on here, because this is the bent one. Okay, understandable? Cool. Now, basically, I put a camera down. I was being nice, giving him 15 feet. Oh, I think that's actually at about 20 feet right now. My bad. Okay. And then, actually, I need to coordinate this a little better. Put this on this one here. So 15 feet. Like I said, each one of these blocks is 10 feet. And then from here, 15 feet. Now, what you're going to see here, this is the view across the curvature of the Earth. Okay, see that? What? Where did that block of crap come from? I have no idea where that's coming from. I didn't model. Oh, I know what that is. That was the little marker I was using. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, um, across the curvature of the Earth, you will see a little bit of that, the height of that berm area, that land area. And then above that, right about here, would be the hub for the uh, for the turbine itself. But since I don't have the buildings in here, the building would be up to about here. So you cannot see the hub, and the hub would be generally right there at the top of the building, which is where I'll take this one off here just so it doesn't confuse it. The hub would be right here at the top of the building, which is exactly what you see in my curvature view. Now, you might say, but not enough land is showing. Well, let's talk about the tide real quick. The tide excuse me, go over here into the middle. If I gave this, now I don't know the exact height of the tides in there. There seems to be some dispute about that because Ranty doesn't realize that when tides on Blackpool happen, it also happens over on the other end of the water. But he just didn't he didn't get that. But so what I'll do is I'll just put a 10-foot tide difference. I just moved it down 10 feet. Now look how much of it is showing. A 10-foot tide. And this, because you see all this, you can even see the edge of the shoreline right here. Okay, where it goes from, mucky sand to somewhat greenery. And this isn't even the original photo. Obviously, he has the original photo. So, if you see what I'm seeing here, low tide, and we're showing the curvature of the Earth. Because across a plane, it would be this high above the berm, which you do not see in the actual photograph. Unless somehow this, I don't even have an excuse for it of why that would be like that. This would be the height of the berm right here. And you would see, not only would you see the hub, of course, you would see the entire, all three blades. Make sense? Wait, put the camera at the base of the tower and walk it backwards. Do it proper, man. At the base of which tower are you speaking of, Cosmic Surfer? Cosmic Server. What tower? Are you talking about from the turbine? What exact point would that show? I mean, I can go over on the flat plane quite easily because that's quite simple to do. It's actually easier to map stuff on the flat plane. So here's what I'll do then. I will take I will make sure that the camera angle is the exact same height. I'll put it at 10 feet. I'll put the camera height, this is across the plane because it's the purple one, and I'm going to put the camera height itself also at the 10-foot mark. Now you are looking for me to, wait, in your model you are using a zoom camera, not an eye perspective. Do you realize how silly that sounds? I am using a camera which does take into account perspective, and I have it zoomed in, because if I have it zoomed all the way out, well, let me show you what that's going to look like. I have it zoomed into 1 degree. I think the P900 goes a little bit sharper than that, but if I zoom it back out, that's what it looks like. That's to, we'll say 40 degrees is a fair amount for a camera. Hallelujah. So exactly what point were you trying to make, dude? Now, what I will do, now watch this. I'm going to zoom back in a bit. Okay, I'm down to 2 degrees right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and move the camera closer for you. Okay. Now, pay attention to this. This is the across the plane. It's a little more difficult to do it across the curvature and maintain the same height. See what happens here? So in order to get Ranty's view, even though the fact that none of it would be missing, in order to get Ranty's view of the berm across the front or just below it, to be fair to this view, he would have to be, let's see, what do we got? He would have to be, and please take note that I am not saying that he is. He would have to be about right there, which is, he would have to be 10 miles closer, or 55,986 feet closer to that berm to get the view that you're looking for. Do you understand that that doesn't work? And by the way, I am not saying that he is that close to it. As a matter of fact, if he were to be 55,000 feet closer to it, closer to the berm, mind you, let me go ahead and map that. Actually, I think that's just too far. 55,000 feet. Oh, wait, I'm going from the wrong direction. My bad. This was his point of photography. Let's go for 55,000. That would put him right about there. Right about there, Cosmic. Doesn't work, man. And I am also in no way saying that he took that photograph from here. See what I'm saying? So, no, doesn't work. And that's just to get, I mean, zoomed in or zoomed out. That's really not the issue here, because zoom in, zoom out just makes it larger in your frame, but it will not change the relationship of the objects to each other. I hope you catch that. Okay? So, without any retort, as a matter of fact, without anything else, did he put another response in there? Okay, I don't know what this is about, Luke, but feel free to contact me about that if you want to. If you stand up against the 100-foot tall building, What 100-foot tall building, man? Walk backwards till it vanishes into the horizon. Bottom vanishes first. No, it doesn't. I'm sorry, Cosmic. That's a proven fact that parallel lines never cross, period. It's geometrically not true and anything else. Ballers and flirters, both frustrating in my opinion. Go to bed. Cheers, y'all. Okay, so you accept that I showed you what actually had to happen. I'll take that as an accept. So, that's all I really wanted to show this evening. Not much else to show there. Uh, did you get my messages? Check Hangouts, Sly. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, man, I'm doing presentations, not reading the damn chat. Um, what am I looking for? You're giving Ranty ammo for claiming straw man. Oh, no, I get his discussion about the 1 foot water or photos. I get that, but what I don't but that's not the photograph that I brought up last night in Sean's Hangout. And like I said, I only watched about 6 minutes of his rebuttal to realize that everything that he was saying was just utter crap. So that's where I went on that. But as far as let me go ahead and look at this here real quick. Hey, look, a low tide photo. Because he's like way the hell out there. Hell, he's halfway to Ireland. Being sarcastic. Oh my God, if somebody says that Sly said he was halfway to Ireland. Okay, got it all the way down there. Yeah. Okay. Neato. Now, see now why is it when you go for the real low stuff that oh wow. Yeah, there's no refraction going on there, huh? And funny enough, I don't see the turbines turning. But of course, when you really try and show stuff, Ranty, you just like uh just like your buddy Riley, you can't seem to hold a camera still. You photographed Scotland from St. Peace. Oh yeah. But no, like I said, ladies and gents, that's all I really had for this evening. And 20K pay. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm caught up in the chat again. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show. So his photograph of this right here matches exactly the observation we would be looking for from the globe. Again, thank you, Ranty. And don't ever question my research skills again, or embarrassing moments won't have to happen like this. Ladies and gents, y'all have yourselves a nice night.